The air in Dayton, Ohio hung heavy and humid, a typical 1970s summer blanket pressing down on the asphalt streets. Cicadas buzzed a relentless symphony, and the scent of honeysuckle mingled with distant exhaust fumes. For Carmela, this particular summer felt like a slow, languid dream, punctuated by the familiar ache of absence. Her father, a name whispered with reverence and sorrow, was missing in action from Vietnam. Every passing day without news was another page in a book she wished would close. Her days were a routine of quiet chores in the small, cluttered house, a life made more solitary by the polite distance of her stepmother and stepsisters. They were not cruel, but oblivious, their world revolving around their own aspirations while Carmela drifted like a forgotten melody. The summer madness of the city, with its spontaneous street games and boombox music, felt a world away, filtered through her window screen. Sometimes a gentle stir of air, a summer breeze, would whisper through the curtains, a fleeting comfort against the pervasive heat and the deeper chill of loneliness. "Summer breeze makes me feel fine," she'd hum to herself, yearning for a lightness that seemed perpetually out of reach. News traveled fast in Dayton, especially about prominent families. The Grand General Beaumont was hosting a gala for his son, Lieutenant Julian Beaumont, who had just graduated with honors from the academy. Julian, it was rumored, was looking to settle down, pressured by his father to find a suitable bride. The city buzzed with anticipation, and Carmela's stepsisters were consumed by dress fittings and gossip. "You really don't expect to go, do you, Carmela?" her stepmother had asked, not unkindly, but with a dismissive wave. "It's hardly your sort of affair." Carmela simply nodded, her gaze fixed on the wilting petunias in the window box. She knew her place. Yet a flicker of defiance sparked within her. She longed for something more, a connection beyond the confines of her quiet life. That evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in fiery oranges and soft purples, Carmela found an old, faded dress in her mother's trunk. It was simple cotton, but with a bit of mending and a few carefully pressed pleats, it held a forgotten elegance. A neighbor, kindly Mrs. Henderson, noticing Carmela's determined spirit, offered a ride to the edge of the Beaumont estate. "Just for a peek, dearie," she'd said. "Everyone deserves a little magic." The Beaumont estate was awash in light and laughter. The air, though still warm, felt different here, alive with music and conversation. Carmela hesitated at the edge of the sprawling lawn, feeling utterly out of place amongst the silk and starched uniforms. But then she saw him. Lieutenant Julian Beaumont, standing a little apart from the swirling crowds, his gaze thoughtful, almost searching. He wasn't the arrogant prince she'd imagined, but someone with a quiet intensity. As if drawn by an invisible thread, Julian found his way to her. "Lost?" he asked, a gentle smile creasing his lips. Carmela felt a blush creep up her neck. "Just taking it all in," she replied, her voice barely a whisper. They talked for what felt like moments, yet stretched into an eternity. They spoke of Dayton's hidden gems, of books, and of quiet dreams. Julian listened with an attentiveness no one had ever shown her, and Carmela found herself speaking with an ease she didn't know she possessed. She spoke of her father, of the constant hope and the quiet strength she found in keeping his memory alive. Julian, in turn, shared his own anxieties about his future, about expectations, and his desire to find something real amidst the grandeur. "It feels like," he began, his voice soft, "like I've known you forever. From my heart to yours, you know that it's true." Carmela's heart fluttered. She felt a profound connection, a recognition of something genuine. "There's no other love like this in the whole wide world, my love." But as the clock tower in the distance chimed midnight, a sudden familiar fear seized her. The world of generals and grand estates was not hers. She had to leave before the spell broke, before her borrowed elegance faded. I must go," she stammered, pulling away. "Wait," Julian called. But Carmela was already fleeing, her simple cotton dress a blur in the moonlight. In her haste, a small silver locket, a treasured keepsake from her mother, slipped from her neck and fell silently to the manicured lawn. Julian searched for her amidst the departing guests. Clutching the locket he found near where they had stood. The next day, he embarked on a quiet quest. He visited every part of Dayton, asking about a young woman in a simple cotton dress, showing the locket, his heart set on finding the one whose honesty had touched him so deeply. His father scoffed, urging him to pursue more suitable matches, but Julian persisted. He found her finally tending her small flower garden, the very image of grace amidst simplicity. Carmela looked up, her eyes widening in surprise. "You left this," Julian said, holding out the locket, "and you left something else with me. From my heart to yours, you know that it's true. I've been looking for you." Carmela's hand trembled as she took the locket. The summer breeze that once offered fleeting comfort now felt like a promise of something lasting, a gentle gust carrying away the weight of her past. In Julian's eyes, she saw not pity but understanding, and a reflection of the hope she had always harbored. And in that moment, under the warm Dayton sun, a new story began to unfold, not of a lost slipper, but of a found heart.